Hi, I'm Nicholas Lane, and I will be interviewing my coworker, Kaylin Burden. So, Kaylin, within our work environment, do you see individuals challenging questions and validating for themselves the need to change?
Absolutely.
Okay, so within our organization, does that group that is guiding this change consistently get the resources, information, and support they need to progress rapidly?
There's plenty of resources that they have access to and the backing of their leadership and peers.
Okay. So, in regards to the change efforts, can most people who will be affected by the change explain the visions in 5 minutes or less?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, do the leaders involved in implementing the change discuss the visions, goals, and strategies in routine management meetings, as well as informal and informal gatherings?
There's plenty of formal gatherings, meetings, informal feedback as regards to any of the changes that we have.
Okay. So, what part do you play in that specific process?
My part in it is to actually test out those changes, to follow through with the changes that have been implemented and giving my feedback to see if they really do work.
Okay. Do you see any of the new ideas being presented actually being tested, or do you see other ideas being proposed and tested?
There's plenty of ideas that have been presented, and even new ideas being proposed and tested out in small test groups before we roll it out to a bigger scale.
Okay. Do you have any examples of that by chance?
Yeah, there's plenty of examples. Um, One in particular, in my workforce, we deal with a lot of scripting, being on phone calls. So we tested for a short time a script that actually to open up our calls to grab the customer's attention.
Okay.
And it was found to be pretty successful. So we rolled it out to our whole department.
That's definitely good to hear. So, in regards to the change efforts, do people regularly recognize and celebrate important achievements?
I think recognition is probably the biggest thing that we have besides change. Recognition for achieving small changes and accomplishing bigger things is, I think, what drives people to continue to want to change.
So, thinking about your scripting experience, so you're giving the example for, what were the wins of that, and how were they um, celebrated?
Well, I think overall, I mean, the wins for that, while it might not be an immediate reward for us as the test group, we had to wait a full month, but our um, the happiness of our customers and the people that we that in the test group running that script was very rewarding, even on a daily basis. The performance was better for the whole month, which not only is good for the team but good for the business as well.
Okay. So, when new projects and initiatives are being launched to make more significant changes to the organization's process, are there certain new technologies or systems or other process change besides just scripting?
A big time. My center is actually, and my department, as well as another, we've had a huge system change in using a new phone system. Instead of it being a hard phone, we've moved to a soft phone on our laptop or on our computer screen. So we don't have that physical phone. Along with that big change comes a new dialing system that we're using, and there's a lot of errors and kinks that have been had to work out, but in the long run, um, our contact is much more firm and it's completed nicely and less errors as opposed to previously.
Okay. So, with changes like the new dialing system, as far as the actual phone not being there, or just smaller changes that you mentioned in the past during the interview, are people regularly like going about their normal business, or are they looking to seek feedback to figure out what it is for them to be successful within the company, or how to successfully implement these changes to be a more successful person within the business?
It's a mixture of both. There are people who actively go out and seek our advice on how we're liking the new system and the changes and how we're adapting to it and what we like and don't like. but there is a lot of behind the scenes things, sending information electronically, or sending the information as far as systems, to follow up on errors that need to be fixed, to improve it for when we roll out the new dialing system as a company.
Okay. All right. Well, I do appreciate your time today in the interview. Thank you, and thank you for letting me participate in your class. Have a great day.